So I'm up here at one of my favorite places to be, just outside of town. There's a trail network that is where I've spent most of my time relearning how to mountain bike. Spent a lot of time hiking, trail running, and just generally enjoying being in the forest. And every time I'm up here, I have some sort of amazing thought or a recentering where I feel like, man, this is incredible. Like, I love being in nature. I love the forest. I love what it does. Some of my thoughts and where my head goes in the forest are just, it doesn't happen anywhere else. And so I appreciate so much being in nature. And I've always felt, or I've used the catchy line of nature is nurturing, or nature can heal, or nature heals, or whatever. And it sounds really woo woo, but like, the actual effect of being outside, being in nature, has a profound effect on your body, physically, mentally, spiritually, if that's your thing. But just being around outside, getting your heart rate up, has a profound effect. And that leads me to what I actually wanted to talk about, which was, what are your workouts actually allowing you to do? Like, what are you able to do now that you're slightly stronger, maybe a little bit less heavy, or your newfound skill of being able to squat, lunge, jump even? What are those things now allowing you to do? What are they? What's the agency that you have now been provided? And so last year when I was severely, not severely, last year when I was coming off of the initial 7 months of the pandemic, I was probably a good 25 pounds overweight, or over where I am now. And I spent very little time outside, and was very much just work and then go home and spend time with my family. But now I have reconnected with what it's like to be doing more stuff outside. And what my training now allows me to do is to be able to do a hike without really worrying about it. Like, I can do anything in up to the 15-kilometer mark without really worrying about it. And now I can mountain bike on top of that, and snowshoeing, and all the awesome things that I feel more comfortable doing, which for me is more impactful than just being able to lift heavier in the gym or to hit a new PR. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with those goals. I used to have those goals, and I worked at them for a long time, and I put in a considerable amount of time trying to get stronger and lifting heavier. And what happened for me personally was just, I kept re-injuring myself because I wasn't taking the appropriate recovery methods or treatment or any other way. At any rate, what my training now allows me to do is to build the foundation so that I can feel better and more confident and stronger on the trails. And that's, again, specific to me. Not saying that you have to have that as a goal, but think beyond the training room or training floor. What are you now able to do that you couldn't do before? And a lot of this happens when I'm talking with clients, and it's like, hey, what progress have you noticed over the last 3 to 6 months? And one that happened last night, as a matter of fact, was this gentleman who said, I used to be devastated by a flight of stairs, whereas now I can do multiple all day and have no problem. And I was like, that's fantastic. That's awesome, because that now opens up a massive amount of capacity for somebody to do something more incredible physically that they just couldn't before. Now, like I'm saying, like, there's nothing wrong with trying to push more stuff in the gym, but like, what does that really matter? And that's where I like to use the tool of the 5 whys, where you ask yourself, why is this important? And for most people, that's where we start. Like, why is training important? Well, I have a certain goal. It's whether either physical, mental, like just healthy. I want to get stronger, whatever the case may be. It's like, cool, why is that important? Well, I feel like I should, or I feel like my doctor told me, or I have this nagging injury that I want to take care of. Like, cool, why is it important for that to go away, or for that to be resolved? Well, it'd be really cool if I could do like a half marathon, or if I could go mountain biking or hike this specific trail that I did when I was 20. It's like, cool, why is that important? Oh, because I think I'd feel like I was more in shape, more healthy, or just like I could do more awesome stuff. Like, why is doing awesome stuff important to you? And then they're like, oh. And so you just keep going down the list 5 times at least to really get down to the root of why something is important and why you're actually trying to moderate your behavior to achieve that. And so, long story short, for me, it's being out in nature, being out in the forest. And now that I have a 1.5-year-old and soon to be a newborn, I want to be that example for my kids. I want to be able to go outside and take them outside with me and do mini adventures with them, because I want that to be a huge part of their lifestyle, because otherwise nobody else is going to teach them unless they gain the passion for it. So that's why it's important to me to be able to do this, is because I got to walk the talk and I got to be able to do it with them, and I got to show them how to do it, and selfishly I got to be better than them at it so I can keep doing it. But that's just a little bit of something that's been on my mind, and it has been far too long since I've been out in the forest, because we just had a massive snowstorm over the holidays, and the fall was really gross, so I didn't get enough time out in the forest. And so I wanted to do it, and like I said, every time I'm in the forest I have amazing thoughts and I just feel amazing. So I wanted to share that with you, and I hope that you find some value in it. Hope you have a great day, and we'll catch you in the next video. See ya.